Hello everybody, my name is Drew and welcome back to more Feed the Beast. We're just back in the main base here, gonna build a few things to continue with our Pneumaticcraft bit. And to do that, so we remember to recap last episode, we made a pneumatic chamber. It makes compressed iron. We need to move the compressed iron out of the pneumatic chamber, and we need to semi-regulate our system. So today we're gonna look at how you can do that. Pneumaticcraft has a wealth of different things that you can do that with. I've reacquainted myself with the mod in between episodes. So, pneumatic pressure, like I said, can't be normally regulated. Like, there's no easy way to just on and off it, you would think. The best way you can do it is actually have pressure valves, which I need to find. It's advanced pressure tubes. Where are you? Refinery. Oh, I can use different fuel. Oh, that's cool. Doesn't really help me, though. I want... Where are these valves? Unless they're down here somewhere. That's our heat frame. That doesn't help us. There's a minigun? There's a minigun! Okay, we have to build the minigun at some point. What does it take to build you? Oh, not a lot. Cannon barrel? Safety tube, that's what I want. I want a safety tube. Found what I wanted. Pressure gauge. Let's build ourselves a pressure gauge. And then we want to build a safety tube. That's what I was looking for originally. Cannon barrel. Oh my god, we can build a minigun. And a sentry turret. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is okay, this is the new awesomeness that I was really hoping for. I really didn't do too much digging. I was just looking at basics, but man, there's so much awesome stuff in this mod now. Sweet. Okay. So we want to take... We need right now, we need that safety tube. And where is it? I don't actually see safety tube anywhere on here. There's the charging module. There it is. Safety mode. All right, cool. So there's our safety tube. We also need to make pneumatic tubes in general. So I will do that. So we've got 9 of those in general. Now the safety tube is interesting. This module will release high pressure gas when certain threshold is reached to prevent overpressuring. It can be countered as energy losses, right? But we need a redstone generation of some kind. So we want a pressure gauge. So there's these little tiny manometers, which are fine. They'll tell you what the information is in hand. But we want... I think we want one of these guys. Just in generality, I think. Oh, pressure tube. That's what we want, a pressure tube. No, that's regular tube. What am I doing? I think that's what we need. Drone, that doesn't help us. All right, well, I think this is what we need right now. So let's investigate, shall we? You can see here I added another way station for Thaumcraft, so we can easily move around the base using our teleportation tube. And I've also added a basement to this area where we can route pipes and a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's get to the business of making this a little more automatic. Apparently had pressure in it. Interesting. Shouldn't have any pressure in it. You should be at 0. Might just be the default braking noise. Okay, so pressure tubes. So we're going to route this guy through there. And I was going to route it through here, but I guess I can't do that unless I move this over. Right, okay, so I need to move that over. That's fine. We'll fix our hole on our floor. Automating this, so while I'm doing this, I'll talk. So while automating this is possible, it takes a little bit of thought to do. So let's go down. So that's where our pressure tube will come in, like this, and then it's going to go back out. Where? I guess that doesn't work, does it? No, it doesn't. I guess I got to make the room a little bit bigger, but that's okay for now. There, so I gotta go there. And then our thing goes here. Our air canister pressurizer goes there. Air compressor, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's all set up. Now we need to actually automate the damn thing. I probably needed more pressure tubes. Ain't that a bitch? Actually, not if I do. Yeah, no, I'm going to need more pressure tubes. That's fine, totally fine. But now if I take this pressure gauge, does nothing. Okay, so, all right, so we need to do something with this pressure gauge. I also need more tubes, and I need to make another omnidirectional hopper. So why don't we start with doing that omni buffer? Omnidirectional hopper, thank you very kindly. Now we also needed pressure tubes. So we've got gas lift, which is a pump of some kind, which we don't need. Regulator. Is there a regulator tube? This might be what I want. 2 safety valves. What's the regulator tube do? This module will stop pressurized air from traveling through the tube when a certain pressure is reached. Ah! Sort of what I want. But that's not what I want. Okay, so Pneumaticcraft. Let's just go through this here. And we'll look at what we've got. We've got the pneumatic door base, vacuum pumps. There should be some sort of device that reads pressure gauge tube. That's what I wanted. Right there. That's exactly what I needed. And then the compressed iron can go in there because I'm going to grab the rest of these tubes out. And I will make more tubes. That one. So there we go. We have a whole stack and 6, which is perfect for what we need. I'm just going to grab the rest of those because why not? And we've got our tube. We have that. We're going to need some redstone. And I don't think red alloy wire will work. I think I have to use redstone. I think. Then the other thing that I need, factory block can go away. I could just grab a chest for now. I think their old chest will do us. Okay, so now we've got all that. Let's go see if we can actually make this bloody thing work. Though I think it will. Factory. Okay, so everything's here. First of all, I'm going to take this. And then we'll put right there. And then we'll go here. Now, can I wrench this to... Hold on, let me change it to something like this so that it goes into the chest. And then I can wrench... Yeah, so if we wrench this... There we go. So that should auto put everything in this chest. Should. Not will. Should. Okay, so let's automate this sucker. So we're going to need a pressure tube module like that. So why don't I put this here? We're going to come out like that. And you're wondering why I'm doing this gigantic nonsensical thing. Well, have no fear. I will explain. So the safety tube will actually go right here. That's interesting the way that's done that. I like that. And then the rest will connect as such. Alright, so I did something similar in Crash Landing. Okay, so that guy's there. This guy is now going to output a specific volume of redstone, a level of redstone. So let's go ahead and let's, I don't have any coal, do I? Okay, let's go grab some coal. Oh, not enough power. All right. So we're going to grab some coal. We're going to turn this sucker on, and we're going to see what happens. I'm not sure how well this will work, because there's a formula, so I may have to do a bit of math off camera. Get rid of that guy. These I can keep. And we want coal, which is right here. And actually, let's make another compressor. Air compressor. Bam. Why the hell not? We'll have 2. And you know what? Let's charge this really quickly while we're at it. So the idea here is we're going to put coal into our system. Oh, you are having trouble. Why are you having trouble? You are out of fuel. That is why. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, hold on. Let me grab Yellorium. I didn't realize it was using fuel at that kind of rate. Okay, so let's just put this in here for now. That's good. That's in nice inventory. Okay, so that should take care of our fuel problems. Thank God we have, like, other power systems besides the giant reactor. Ugh. Anyway, fine. I'll just fly manually there. That should take care of that problem for now. Okay, so the idea will be we'll have the air compressor going. It's going to hit pressure, but we don't want any more than 5 psi at any given time in the network. More than that would be bad. More than that would mean it explodes. And we really don't want it to explode. So those are both connected. So I'm going to put half in that one, half in that one. So these will now both be generating our compressed air at a rate of about probably going to even off at 0.5 bars. So we're going to get about a bar a second from the 2 of them, which is good. So you can see down here on this pressure tube that this needle is already starting to rise ever so much. So redstone power of 0. What we want, so let's go pressure gauge module. Where are you? Let's just figure out where it's used. It'll tell us. So there it is. This module emits a redstone signal of which the strength is dependent on how much pressure the tube is at. So the nice part about this is redstone is equal to 2 times the pressure. So if we want to stop this at 4 times 2 would be 6. So we need to get a length of tubing, or length of redstone, that will give 6 pressure, or 6 power to this safety tube. Because this safety tube will react to redstone power. You with me so far? I hope you guys are with me. So that redstone is still not emitting anything yet. We need it to get to 1. Come on, get there. Okay, we'll let it power up for a second. I could have 3 compressors, to be honest. Why don't I do that? Why don't we make 3 compressors? Because it shouldn't blow up in the intervening space. I really, really need to set an automation for Yellorium instead of doing things semi-manually. Let's actually just dump like a buttload of this stuff into this chest. Actually, I'm going to put it in here as well, so we can double up on our production for a little while. Okay, there we go. We should be okay. Should be fine. This guy is now producing power. Yes, 24% full at a whopping 12. All right, cool. So we are losing at a fairly substantial rate, but these are all running. Although we were running low on steam, it would seem. Well, nothing I can do about that. All right, whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Let's go back upstairs. And we'll make another air compressor and hopefully speed this whole compressor. Wow, take 2. Hopefully we will speed this whole situation up. Should speed it up. I don't know why I wouldn't. So there's our 3rd air compressor. Now I need coal. So I'm going to grab a couple more stacks. Actually, I'll grab 3 more stacks. Just to be on the safe side so we have enough. Alright, and let's go see if we can ramp this sucker up. Because I want air pressure, damn it. And now obviously, long term, you don't want to be using coal power for generating any of this. That would be inefficient. And we don't want to be inefficient. We want to be very efficient. Okay, so how much pressure is in the line right now? We can look. 1 bar. So that's got a red pone. Hold on, let's... Can I get this out of there? No, that's fine. Okay. It's fine, hold on. Because I need it to emit a redstone power. 1.4 bars. There we go. That was the problem. So we're at a redstone power of 2, 1, and that's at 0. So when this hits 6, it should start kicking off gas. Or I may have to lengthen this redstone so that it gets us to 6, which could be problematic. I may have to lengthen this a little more. But once this gets to its predetermined power level, it'll actually do it, because we'll have 3 right now. How much are we producing upstairs? This guy's kicking away at, what's it tell me? 2.1 bar a second. This guy should be pretty close. 2.1 and 2.2. Perfect. So what'll happen is that this will actually, let's go grab some iron too. Why not? And we'll start the system working. Now, I've sort of skipped a whole bunch of the steps in this. When you're initially doing this, if you decide to go into Pneumaticcraft, I don't know why I'm walking into the wall. If you initially go into Pneumaticcraft early in the game, you're going to run into a slight problem in the form of automation. You won't have the materials or anything necessary to actually automate it. Instead, what you'll end up is... let me throw this in here. What you'll end up with is having to break open your pressure vessel every time you want to actually do anything, which is not ideal. Very much not ideal. Okay, how are we doing downstairs? Sorry, I gotta check. Oh, sweet Jesus, thank you. Okay, so we're not totally out of the woods yet, but we're better. Just gonna charge this really quickly, because we're getting a net increase in power. And this guy is actually going to ramp up pretty good. Okay, we're happy. 25k. This is good. This is fine. Okay, so... Factory? No, no factory yet? Come on, where do you come in? There it is. Bam. So, let's go ahead. We're going to toss our stacks of iron in here so that that'll go. And currently, where is the current pressure chamber status? 3x3, 1x1 inside. Everything's good. But you're not... There it is. So it's putting iron out. And we should be getting something back. Maybe not. Problems. Oh, it's not under pressure yet. Okay, that was it. But I want to see... So this is not yet working. Pressure, 3.3 bars. So what I want, max pressure 5 bars. That doesn't help me. Are you on the wrong side? Is that what the problem is here? It might be. Okay, hold on. Let's redo this again. Yeah. Stop. Let me put, there we go. Okay, so we're back to the drawing board here. This is the confusing portion of this episode. We're going to put this here to give us a little more room. So 3.1 bars. We knew that already. Zero. Okay, so we're good. But let me try and... Does that do anything? No. Well, what the fuck, man? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna test something. Alright, I can't make this work for some stupid reason. It absolutely refuses to vent, and I don't know why. It's driving me bananas. It doesn't do anything. Like, this should work. It should work just fine, but yet here I am. Let me break that again. I've tried numerous different ways of doing this. I've tried using its own version of automation, using the gauge. I've done the old standby of here's just a lever to vent air. Nothing. It doesn't work. It doesn't do anything. Let me try this. We've got a lot of pressure in the tube. Nothing. Like, that should be venting right now. But it doesn't do a goddamn thing. Does absolutely nothing. So I'm at a complete loss about what to do. Let me try this. So I'm going to put it over here. Because sometimes somebody said you need to put it on the back. No such luck. What if I put redstone near it? Or what if I did this? Hold on, let me try. I haven't tried this yet. Redstone here. So now that whole block is there as redstone. Actually, I'll move this closer. See, right here. Nothing? Anything? You still don't work. It's the power of 13, for Christ's sakes. You should work. Why don't you work? Why? Can we try putting a block on top of it and see what happens? Nothing still. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this. This should work just fine. Like, all information points to that being how this works, and it doesn't. So I'm gonna have to dig into the bowels of the internet and maybe solicit Reddit for a little advice, but it definitely doesn't work. And that annoys me greatly, because it should, no matter what, work. But it's not. So for the end of the episode then, just to do something a little more constructive, we're going to go over and take a little look at the bees. Actually, I can put stuff in chest over here and leave it. Because the bees have been breeding for several days now. I've been leaving the server running and just hoping that the bees propagate nicely. Actually, these can come with me. This can come with me. That manometer is something we need to make. Actually, okay, so before we do bees, we're going to do one other thing. I'm going to make a charging station. And we're going to see what happens. This guy, charging station. So let's just see what happens with this. I'm not expecting big things. I'm expecting this to do absolutely nothing for us. Hopefully it'll charge the manometer a little bit. So there's something you should all be aware of. So when dealing with Pneumaticcraft, everything needs air power. Everything. Absolutely everything. It's going to go there. Let me grab my manometer. There's somewhere that doesn't have charge. Can you put that in there and charge it for me? At least give me something. I'm going to put a couple of these in here just to give a little bit of extra air pressure. We charge this. Okay, it's got 1 bar, 1.1 bar. Okay, that should be enough for my purposes here. So if I go over here to this guy, current pressure is 3.8. Applied redstone is 0. So threshold is 7.5 bar. Now, if I grab this and put it behind it, what does it tell me? So it's not getting any of the redstone signal at all. Interesting. So what if I do it right in front of it here? Ah! How very interesting. Okay. Because it wouldn't do that before. So let me go here. And we're going to go back over here. We're going to tell it to have its regular spot. And we're going to turn that on. And now this should be 6 redstone. Okay, so that's 6. Where's that safety valve? Put it right here. Manometer. Applied redstone. So the threshold is now 4.5. Was that the secret? Because I haven't seen any, because this is new. This is an updated version of Pneumaticcraft. And is not the same as what is available in most of the wikis. So maybe that was the secret. Okay, hold on. Let's get to 4.5 bars. Never mind the bees. We're going to just run this out and see how this goes. Because if this works, then all is right with the universe. Let me grab these and I'll put stack in you, and a stack in the last guy. Because I don't care if I'm going to use up a lot of these. If this will actually automate. Okay, well, that's going to climb. So while that's doing that, now we can go look at the bees. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want that guy. Okay, so we've been breeding these guys for quite a while now. Here's our commons. Here's these majestics and the nobles. But we want to get to imperial bees. Imperial. How do we get Imperial? Well, it should be a blend of Noble and Majestic. So do we have any Noble Princesses? We do have a Noble Princess. And we do have Majestic Drones. So that means if I go over here, Imperial Queen. Yeah! So now we have an Imperial Queen, which is great. I'm going to take you, and I'm going to put you over here real quick. That one. Do I have any more automation upgrades? I do. So we're going to let this guy go. Now what's awesome about the Imperial Queens is that they make royal jelly, which has a few other applications, but it's sort of the main step into the wider world of bees. The biggest thing that we need, though, is I want to be able to produce quartz. I want to make nether quartz. That was where I wanted to go with bees originally. So we take nether quartz and we're going to get nether quartz out of that. So can we actually do that? Yes. Either with Certus combs, which gives a 25% chance, or with mellow combs, which give us a 30% chance. Now, Certus combs, as you can imagine, come from Certus quartz-based bees, like the quantum bee, which also give mellow combs, which is good, and the spatial bee. So now that's 15, it's 5, 25. So I think I want to get to quantum. So quantum is spectral and spatial. Spatial bees are abnormal and hermetic. So it's a long, so abnormals are secluded and ender bees. So secluded would be monastic and astur. Monastic bees, I think monastic bees are a hive bee. I think monastic are hive bees. They must be. So we need to find some monastic bees from somewhere. I don't know that we even can. That's interesting. How much honey do we? Well, we obviously have that much honey, but how many drops have we got? Oh my, we are basically full. Delightful. Okay. I need a bigger tank. That's what I need. So while that's still pressuring upstairs in the factory, why don't we make ourselves a larger tank? I'm just going to dig into the bowels of the earth here, because I've already raised it quite a bit in the upstairs. You saw that, and I don't want to start messing with my lighting setup up there, so we'll just keep it like this. This should do us for honey, to be perfectly frank. Well, I wasn't expecting Thaumcraft, but that still works. All right, so tanks. Oh, I'm so excited to see if this automation works. 7. Oh, we only have 7 tanks, so I'm going to make more. That's a lot more than I needed, but that's okay. Having extra tanks is not necessarily a bad thing. Bees. Okay, let's see if this works. Well, it should work. I don't know why it wouldn't. Okay, so that guy's going to go like that. I want to watch it all fall down, too. This is actually going to be really entertaining to me. Bam. Look at it go. And shift. Beautiful. So now that'll actually not be full. Excellent. And now we can go and look at our factory again, because that should actually be good. No good, eh? Hold on, we'll go to Thaumcraft. If I can hit it. There it is, Thaumcraft. Factory. Okay. Oh, I hear it. Yeah, it works. Hooray, it works. Now, like I said before, so check this out. One thing to finish off on before we leave. You can see right now that our network is holding at 4.5 bars, because that's what I set that as. And not only is it going to set that as our baseline, it's actually going to equalize the pressure across the whole network, and that includes the manometer. So if I were to quickly put something that had no charge in here, it would drain the network to balance it, and at the same time would mean that this would stop acting, because we wouldn't have that much pressure in the network anymore. See, isn't this cool? Man, I'm so happy that this works. However, this is loud. This is very loud. So one last thing, very quickly, is we're going to make a sound muffler. We're going to put it there, so we don't need to listen to that. Oh, look, I have an extra one. Excellent. And this will be where we wrap up. So, again, I solved the problem of automating Pneumaticcraft, sort of. The next big step is getting into plastics. There we go. Nah, much better. So, the next big step is going to get into plastics because we need to make some other things. But we'll get into that in a next episode. Won't worry about that today. I'm going to add a word while we talk. So, this is where we're at right now. We've got all that done. I'm going to continue with Pneumaticcraft. I'm going to find monastic bees, which is going to take a while to find probably, but that's fine. I can do that. And in the meantime, everything else will just keep on ticking. So as usual, guys, if you liked the episode, please go ahead and leave a like. You can always find other work I have done in the description box below. And of course, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.